photos of the baby at birth, but not so many photos of these sort of pregnancies.
Hi guys, oh my gosh, how long has it been since I sat down and spoke to you guys? Lord knows how long it's been, but there was no way on earth I was going to let this year end and I don't come here and speak about my labour story. So this is it, my birthing story. So the reason why I felt it was necessary to actually sit down and speak to you guys about my labour is because when I was pregnant, all I ever did was, like, towards the end of my pregnancy, all I ever did was sit down on YouTube and watch positive labour stories. So where mine was really positive, I felt like it was positive. I thought it's absolutely necessary to sit here and share how it went, just how it went and what happened, just so that I feel like it will inspire someone. Watching positive labour stories really does help your labour. It's kind of like a speaking or thinking things into existence, because when I tell you I did not think anything negative about my labour, I didn't think anything negative about my pregnancy, and it was all fine. Anyway, I didn't mean to leave the last video on a cliffhanger. I just thought this is where I have to stop the video because the next step is labour, and it would have been just weird adding a labour stuff, like actual labour stuff to that video. So I pretty much had to stop it there. So what I'm going to do this video, as well as sharing my labour story, I'll also share anything I found helpful during my labour. Guys, it feels weird talking to this camera. It's been so long. Anyway, guys, let's get right into this video. Guys, the day that I was, that my husband was taking me to my mum's house after that sweep, let me show you guys a picture of my face. Guys, this picture, I promise you, I'm not making any faces. I'm not like pulling a face at all, because my husband, he thinks I was sort of pulling this face. Guys, this was genuinely my face on that day when I was feeling stuff in my belly, and I just thought, oh, let me just take a picture. Pregnancy will humble you. Anyway, this was my face. Big lips, big nose, just pregnant. So I have things that I need to share. So it was a Monday, so just take it as every single Wednesday was when I clocked on a new week. So it was Monday, I was 38 weeks and 5 days, and I had this whole thing with the NHS, with the hospital, where they were saying that I've got gestational diabetes, but guys, I did not have gestational diabetes. So when you're around 30 weeks, I'm taking you guys right from the start, okay, and leading up to my labour. Just something that I thought other ladies would relate to, other pregnant ladies would relate to. Anyway, so when you're around 30 weeks, they check you for gestational diabetes. They did my bloods, and they came back and said to me, oh, you don't have gestational diabetes, your glucose came out low. And then later on they called me saying, oh, actually, we don't feel like our system was working properly. Could you please do a prick test? Now, guys, I don't know, some people might think this is a conspiracy, but I genuinely believe that the NHS have some sort of agenda when it comes to inducing women. I feel like they need to use their resources, and they just push for induction. And I feel like the whole gestational diabetes thing is one of their ways to push for that. That's my opinion. Anyway, that aside, so they were saying I've got gestational diabetes and that I should do prick tests and to determine this kind of thing, whatever. Cool, I've done prick tests. Now, my results on average as a whole, with the prick tests, you prick your finger and you test the blood that comes out. You do that for 1 week and you test 4 times in a day for a week. Now, a week is not enough to determine whether or not you've got gestational diabetes. It's not enough to generalize your whole eating pattern and whatever. It's not enough. And that's the reason why they do your bloods when you're around 30 weeks, because your bloods pretty much shows around 3 months of how you eat kind of thing, of your eating habits and whatever. So that one is more accurate. So that one said I didn't have gestational diabetes, but they wanted to come back and say do prick tests. Cool, done my prick tests. Now when you put all my prick tests together, it averaged out as a 7 point something, which means that it means it's average. That's the average. So it's not high and it's not low. So, but my prick tests were around the time I had my baby shower, and 3 of the readings came out, 3 or 4 of the readings over 1 day, 1.5 days, came out high, like in the pinks. Not too high, but it was high. It was in a pink category. And then based on those readings, they said I've got gestational diabetes, but I just kind of ignored it because I said, number one, that's the reason why those tested high was because I had crisps and biscuits and cakes from my baby shower. So when I clocked that spiked my sugars, I went back to eating how I ate, and then my results averaged out. Anyway, but based on those 3 readings, they used those 3 readings to generalize my whole eating pattern. And I explained to them that that's because my baby shower was that week and I ate that weekend and I ate so much sweet things on that day. I had like leftovers, cakes and whatever. They weren't hearing it. And because they weren't hearing it, I just thought, do you know what? I'm just going to ignore this email, because one of the risks of gestational diabetes is that your baby's too big and they need to make plans to get the baby out. I knew my baby was not big, because every single scan I would ask them, how big is she? And they'll tell me. So from my last scan to around 38 weeks pregnant, she wouldn't have grown that much, because my last scan she was 3 pounds something, so she wouldn't have grown, and babies grow a pound every 2 weeks, so doing the maths, she would not have grown as much. Anyway, I had an appointment with the hospital with an obstetrician, and the obstetrician was like, you're here because you've got gestational diabetes. And I was like, I don't have gestational diabetes. And she cut a long story short, she got her consultant. The consultant was like, I'm a bit confused. Why have my staff told you to do prick tests when your bloods came out low? And I was like, you need to find out from your staff. Cut a long story short, she was like, well, we need to go with what's on paper and act on that. So can you come on Wednesday when you're 39 weeks to be induced? I said, no. I said, I'm not coming to be induced. I don't want to be induced. And I said, because it's not making sense. And she said, I understand, but we have to do what we have to do. Anyway, we went back and forth a little bit. And you guys know, where I've been a social worker, I know how the story goes. I know if I go back and forth way too much, it's going to be as if I don't have my baby's best interest at heart. They could get safeguarding involved, blah, blah, blah. So I just said, you know what, Steph? Ask them, when is the latest time you can get induced? I asked, what's the latest time you can induce me? She said 40 weeks. I said, that's fine. Book me in for 40 weeks. Which would have been the following Wednesday. And bear in mind, this meeting was on a Monday. Anyway, so then they booked me in for 40 weeks and said, come in and we're going to have to induce you if the baby's not out yet, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, to be fair, when I clocked 38 weeks, I said to my husband, we have to do every single thing that we can to get this baby out, because I don't want to get past 39 weeks. I kept saying I don't want to go past 39 weeks. So guys, I was doing everything that you guys saw me doing in my pregnancy vlogs. I was eating my dates and drinking my raspberry tea to soften my cervix. I was bouncing on my ball. I was doing long walks. I was squeezing colostrum from my breast, and I genuinely feel like the squeezing colostrum from the breast helps so much, because every single time when I say squeezing colostrum, it's because when nipple stimulation helps induce labour. So when I say I did that, I used to do that multiple times a day, and every time I done it, I could feel something happening down there or in my belly, or I was having Braxton Hicks. So I knew that yes, I was doing everything else, but guys, that colostrum, getting nipple stimulation, that genuinely helps. Let me not use the S word, but the same way the baby was made, do that, because that helps a lot. And do that, and you know what goes inside you to make the baby, that needs to happen too. Because what I learned from Elizabeth, what I learned from my antenatal class with Mum Dinya, she was so helpful. She was explaining that what they used to induce you is called prostaglandin. And prostaglandin, the natural form of it is in semen. And that's the reason why when you do, it induces labour. So guys, I said every single day, this is going to happen until this baby is out, until my baby's out. So literally, when I had that appointment, I'd already done it twice, but that would have been the third day. TMI, but this will help someone, so I have to share it. Anyway, the following day, which was Tuesday, I then went to have a sweep, which you guys saw in my pregnancy vlog. I said to my midwife, I need a sweep. I need a sweep. And then I had the sweep, and I could feel stuff happening. I could feel stuff happening after the appointment. I didn't feel comfortable staying at home by myself. So I stayed at my mum's. Nothing happened. Got home. I was watching videos. I was bouncing on my ball, doing everything. Colostrum, doing it. I said, this baby, you must come out. So now the last video, the last clip you guys saw in my pregnancy vlog, where I was like, babe, I think I'm having contractions, and I started to have contractions. Now let's actually get into it. Let's actually get into this whole birthing, labour, pregnancy thing. Hi guys, what time is it? It's currently 5:22 in the morning. I've been having contractions since 3 a.m. I'm very happy that labour's finally started, but child, these contractions, I think I'm about to have another one, you know. Babe, start it. Babe, start it. Yeah, that was another contraction. Guys, I don't know how I'm going to do vlogging, because I'm going to leave it to my husband at some point. But, and plus my mum is my birth partner, she might be like, put that camera down. So, I'll see what we can do. If not, this might be it, I don't know. But, damn. Guys, I'm going to try and get some rest in between contractions. I've had a shower, brushed my teeth. And yeah, I'm gonna have some rest now. I'll see you guys on the other side. Guys, I'm still having contractions. They are very painful, but they're still quite bearable. They're currently roughly on average 5 minutes apart, and they've been roughly 5 minutes apart for over an hour now. My mum's on her way to my house. I'm conscious that it's rush hour in a bit because the time is currently 6 a.m, but we'll see how it goes. God is in control. God is in control. That's all I can say. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I can see you guys. I need to do my baby hairs though, because anybody going into labour with these. But I'm gonna manage to have a shower and brush my teeth and moisturise properly in between contractions. But yeah, I'm excited. But wow, that's what I can say so far. So, how it felt. So, I was in bed, guys. We'd gone to bed. And my husband said that I was making noises in my sleep. Like, noises like, And he was thinking, surely not. I remember thinking, we're so tired. And he was thinking, surely not now. It's 3 a.m, 2:50 a.m. Anyway, I kept going back to sleep every time it happened. Anyway, and then I could hear myself moaning and I'll go back to sleep. And then hear myself moaning and I'll go back to sleep. And the first time I woke up, I said to him, babe, I think I'm having contractions. He was like, I think you are too. So let me start timing it. So he starts timing it on his phone. And yeah, that's the ball got rolling. So now it was 3 a.m. We called the hospital and told them that my contractions were about 10 to 15 minutes apart. Guys, remember it's 3 a.m. I'm tired. Now I need to start getting ready to go to the hospital. So in between contractions, I would go and brush my teeth. In between contractions, I jumped in the shower. I remember towards the end of that shower, I was about to have another contraction. God, people ask me, how do contractions feel? And I always say, I feel like it's not pain that you feel on earth. I feel like it's pain that you're not supposed to feel on earth, so it's very difficult to explain when you're like in a normal state. It's like when it comes, you have to take your mindset out of earth. Guys, labour, I feel it's a lot of mind work. I remember speaking to myself in my head whilst I was having contractions. Anyway, so the contractions was happening. I remember from my Mama Dunya class that you shouldn't go to the hospital. If your water hasn't broken, stay at home until your contractions are about 3 minutes apart. So we did just that. So fast forward to 7 a.m. It was now roughly 3 minutes apart. And plus already we'd called the hospital 3 times in between 3 and 7 a.m. And they say that once you've called them 3 times, they'll ask you to come in anyway. So guys, it's 7 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. So remember the meeting was on a Monday. I had the sleep on a Tuesday. So Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, I went into labour. And this is how it went. So 7 a.m. me and my husband was like, we need to go to the hospital now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do my baby hairs. Oh, contractions. Oh. So it's like, I was doing all my hypnobirthing. I absolutely recommend. But I just took into like the breathing exercises part of it. Absolutely recommend. So I was doing my breathing, all of that. Anyway, we are in traffic, guys. We are in traffic. So it took 45 minutes to get to the hospital. We were in rush hour traffic. As soon as the car landed at the hospital, my husband said this is when everything changed. He said it's like I couldn't hold it anymore, and I was just pretty much like screaming, like shouting, like I just couldn't hold it anymore. My mum was already at the hospital car park waiting for us, so she met us at the car and then took my stuff. Everyone took my stuff. Some random lady said, should I put her in a wheelchair because I'm going to that ward anyway. So she put me in a wheelchair. Guys, I remember she took me to put me in a wheelchair. I remember we went into the lift and like my wheelchair was facing the mirror, and I looked at myself and I looked at people in the lift. I felt another contraction coming. The contraction came, and then I remember looking in the mirror and I just started to cry. Like, I remember tears started rolling down my eyes. I think at that moment, I was thinking, wow, like, it's time. And also the fact that people were around me, seeing me in that state. Labour is a humbling experience, like humbling. Anyway, got to the hospital now, got to my bed. First of all, when we came to the room, I thought, wait, is this it? It's just a room, one midwife, and my bed. I said, is this it? I thought it was going to be a lot more like a proper different setup. Now, guys, I remember I was offered water birth and having a baby in a birthing centre and all that stuff. I just wanted, by preference, I wanted a hospital by choice, because I just didn't want a situation where, God forbid, something was to happen and then they now had to take me from a birthing centre to the hospital. I just wanted to be in a place where all the equipment and everything was there, even though I didn't use any painkillers and whatever. Anyway, it's fine. Whatever, got there. And then they examined me. She said, you're 4 centimetres. The video where I done my sweep, I was 2 centimetres. So when I got to the hospital, I was now 4 centimetres. Or they start giving me the gas and air. I'm thinking this is doing absolutely nothing. But guys, with gas and air, you have to keep taking it slowly, 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 and you have to keep doing it. You have to do it just as you're about to feel a contraction, and then it hits you, takes you on a high. It takes you on a serious high. It doesn't take away the pain, but it just takes off the edge of the pain. Like, it's just, yeah.
Your face, everything.
You look beautiful.
Pages of age, isn't it?
It's nice to have a memory, I think. I remember looking back, I wish I had taken more photos. Lots of photos of the baby at birth, but not so many photos of this sort of pregnancy.
Yeah.
So you, sister?
Mom.
So now, guys, where they've examined me at 8:40 a.m. and I'm 4 centimetres, she said, I'm going to check you again in 4 hours. And I was thinking, okay, cool, no problem. So then, guys, for those 4 hours, I literally sat there in pain, like not in constant pain, but the contractions last about a minute, right? So I would literally sit there. It was just getting more and more and more intense. My husband is massaging my back and he's swapping with my mum. She's massaging my back, my lower back. And guys, every time they stopped massaging that lower back area, I felt like I couldn't cope. So I needed that massage on my lower back. Thank God to my birthing partners, my mum and my partner, like literally. Anyway, so I'm like, please, nurse, like, I'm like, please, when are you going to examine me next? Like, I'm in pain. Like, when are you going to examine me next? She goes, it's not. I kept saying, what time is it? She said, I'm gonna examine you at 12:40, so 4 hours. 12:40 comes. She examines me, guys, and she's like, you are 9.5 centimeters. I could say 10, but let's just say 9.5. She said, the baby is coming. And I said, thank you, Jesus, because guys, at this point, the pain was excruciating. I was screaming. There was times where I nearly went for the midwife, grabbed my mum's headscarf. Like, I was in the maddest pain, indescribable, and I didn't have any painkillers, no epidural, nothing, just that gas and air. There was even times my mum was like, give the baby oxygen. I'm taking my gas and air. And I was thinking, who's in labour? Me or you? But she was like, you have to give the baby oxygen, stop doing too much gas and air, so she'll take it from me. And I'm like, oh my God, but Mom, she's been a midwife before, so she knows what she's talking about. And the midwife, she didn't dispute what my mom was saying. So I did listen to her sometimes, but most times I had my gas in there, child. Listen. And then, so 12:40 now, they've checked me, I'm 9.5 centimetres. She goes, but your waters haven't broken. Maybe we should let it happen naturally. And I'm like, break it, please break it. She's like, okay, don't worry, we're gonna break it. Then I'll go in and break my waters, and guys, that's when the pushing started. When she broke my waters, I literally felt like I was doing the biggest poo of my life. It felt like a bloody baseball was stuck, yeah, and you're doing the biggest push and that thing is just stuck like this and refusing to move. Guys, in hindsight, that thing was my baby's head. Like, it was just there like this, and you're doing the biggest push, you can feel your body going, like all of that. And people say that you forget the pain, and it's not that you forget the pain, it's the fact that it's not pain you feel on earth. It's not pain that you can be in your mind, in your right mind, and think, oh yeah, I remember that pain. Nah, it's just not that pain. It's not something you can describe. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. If anyone tells you that labour is not painful, do not believe them, because the pain will slap you. And you remember during labour, I would say to myself, Steph, the next contraction's coming. It's gonna last about a minute. Like, I can hear myself, I could hear myself in my head talking to myself, preparing myself for my next contraction. Once it comes, I'm like in the most excruciating pain, screaming, whatever, but I get through that minute. And that's how I got through contraction by contraction, after contraction. And then it got to a point where the contraction, like when you're getting towards like 9.5 centimetres and stuff, and the contraction intensifies, the contraction is like, it's not even giving you a minute to rest. Like, it's a few seconds apart. It's like pain after pain. If it's not a few seconds, it's like a minute. It's literally not. When you're getting over the fact that that contraction was nuts, the next one's coming. It's like, comes in waves. Mad. Absolutely mental. But guys, my baby, she came out. I didn't tear, because I remember from like all the tips that my Mama Dinner class had taught me to not tear. So I was blowing all my candles, all of that, and I was hypnobirthing. They say to moo the baby out, so I was moo. My mom looked at me like, guys, I'll never forget my mom's face. Like, I remember opening my eyes and I saw her when I was mooing. She literally looked like, when she was explaining my labour story to my sisters, she was like, at one point I thought she was turning into a cow. And then, because I clocked her face, I literally changed it to like that, because I just thought, let me not even, I can't even laugh right now. Like, that was hilarious though, because obviously, well, she didn't really know about hypnobirthing, so her face. Like, anyway, so then she's breaking my waters. I'm pushing. Guys, she broke my waters at 1:11 p.m. I pushed for 6 minutes and a bit, and 1:18, my baby was out. She was out. And in this video, guys, you can hear me saying, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. I look mash up. But, guys, I said, thank you, Jesus. I was crying. I said, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. Literally 6 minutes. Like, let's just say 7 minutes. Between 1:11 and 1:18, my baby came out. Glory be to God. That's all I can say.
Talk, babe. 16 minutes.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. We did it.
You've done amazing.
Oh my God. For the lioness. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Is Daddy going to cut the cake?
Oh, hello. That's so cute.
And my baby, she weighs 6.5 pounds. So all those gestational diabetes stuff that my baby's going to be too big to pass through my vagina and they want to get induce me. 6.5 pounds, guys. So yeah, that's literally my labour story. And I remember, but literally I did not tear. I did not use any epidural. Like, it was all natural. Gestational was used, and at the end you think that's over, and then you have to now come and birth your placenta. But the pain that comes with that doesn't compare to the pain of the labour, and you've got your baby in your hand. So you don't really care about what's going on down there. They just give you an injection if you agree to that, and then it kind of births itself out. It detaches itself and they put it out, sort of thing. The fact that women go through that is crazy, but we just thank God. We thank God for the strength of a woman, because it was absolutely mental. But I just thought I should share, and I hope, and this video is for anyone that wants to watch it, anyone that wants to share it with other pregnant mums. Just know that you've got this. Our bodies are made for this, and if you don't want to use any painkillers, you don't have to use painkillers. You can do this. Push. The pain is temporary, and like I said, our bodies are made for this. If you feel like, I can't take this pain, I need painkillers, take the painkiller, because the pain is nuts. If you're someone that your pain threshold is not like strong, you better take that painkiller. You better take that painkiller. Another thing is, I didn't give birth on my back. I was laying on my, I was laying on my back, but my bum was on the side. If you see the pictures and the videos I'm sharing, you can see that my legs are kind of like this, and that's because my bum was kind of like laying on the side. And because this was like 9 months ago now, I don't remember anymore, but I just thought, if you have any questions whatsoever, I'm happy to answer. So, but yeah, I thought I should just sit down and share it before the year ends. For those that are currently pregnant and watching this video, I wish you all the best. God's blessings upon you and your child, safe delivery, and you've got this. That's all I can say. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to releasing more videos in the new year, because now that I've got this pregnancy series out of the way, I'll be back to vlogging. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys had a lovely Christmas and Happy New Year.